Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. I had a few things on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I figured I might as well get them out of the way so I can put another video out there. So I started my practical accuracy series last week, and like usual, I get a lot of comments basically saying that I'm a really crummy shooter and that the Ruger Precision Rimfire is a great rifle capable of dime-sized targets at 1,000,000 meters, and that I'm just a terrible shooter, or my equipment is wrong, my setup is wrong, and so on and so forth. What the whole practical accuracy range video series was supposed to be on, what an average shooter, myself, can do with an average rifle, an average scope, an average sandbag setup or shooting rest setup, and what practical accuracy you can expect to get out of that rifle at reasonable distances. 25, 50, and 100 yards is what I have available to me. And again, I've taken that precision rimfire out to the range on a half a dozen occasions, maybe more over the last couple of years, and I have never been able to get better accuracy out of that rifle than about a half-inch group at 50 yards and about 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches at 100 yards, which I thought was reasonably acceptable. But what that series has taught me is that with the same exact scope, the same scope rings on a Ruger American rifle, I was able to get better accuracy out of my Ruger American rifle on the same day at the same range with the same ammo than I was with my Ruger Precision Rimfire. That was quite a bit discouraging to me. I expected to have better accuracy out of that rifle, and what I was starting to find out was that the Ruger Precision name on the Rimfire rifle is more based on the chassis setup, and that rifle is more of a training rifle than an actual highly precise rifle. I've been able to get the same or better groups out of my 10-22 Target, out of my Ruger American Predator 22, and I was just pretty disappointed with that rifle. So rather than hang on to something that I'm not happy shooting and that wasn't getting the same level of accuracy that I expected, I traded it in. I went to one of my favorite local shops and I sold it to the owner. I got exactly what I expected to get for it. I lost a little bit of money, but you always expect to lose a little bit on a used gun unless it's something that's in very high demand and it's not readily available. The Precision Rimfire you can still find online for halfway decent prices, so he gave me a very good price on it, and he'll be able to make a little bit of money. So then on Saturday, I went into another local shop to try to find something else to replace that with that would not necessarily be a precision rifle. I did look at a few. I looked at some Savage Mark Series rifles that had a target barrel. I looked at another Savage that had a really nice heavy stock on it with a heavy barrel. It was a threaded barrel. I don't remember quite what model it was. That was a semi-automatic, but I don't really like the Savage semi-automatic magazines, and I didn't really want to start buying more magazines and stuff. So instead, I bought something that was totally different, and I never ever thought I'd be able to buy one of these. I almost picked up a Model 36 J-frame snub nose, but for some reason, I was buying in New Hampshire. It wasn't on their roster list for our state. It's some stupid BS paperwork issue. But what they did allow me to buy, which is legal in my state, is an HK MP5. This is a rifle that I never ever thought I would be able to get. It's on the approved roster with a 10-round magazine, which big stick magazine with a 10-round plug or whatever's in it. I don't really know what's in it, but it's limited to 10 rounds. But in 22 long rifle, this is an HK MP5. If you go watch the TFB TV review on this, James Reeves another person after my namesake. My name's James. James Reeves did a video on this. He was actually pretty impressed with it. He said he doesn't really go for rimfire firearms, but because this is such a replica clone of the 9mm, same weight, same size, he was pretty impressed with it. He said his was reliable. Now, looking over this thing, obviously it's going to have the cool HK slap style bolt. So it has the same style bolt as a 9mm version of this. The handguard is plastic. It has this fake suppressor on it, which I think is a steel tube. This is actually pretty weighty. And I have taken this off. The funny thing about it is the barrel on this gun. When you hear the term pencil barrel, this gun takes on a whole new meaning of the term pencil barrel. This barrel is literally probably a 1/2 inch outside diameter. It is absolutely tiny. The end of it's threaded to 1/2-24 threads. When I first took the suppressor off, I was unbelievably surprised. It almost looks like a straw, a drinking straw, to be honest, with rifling inside of it. But it is a 22 long rifle caliber. Fire and safe controls on it. It has really cool sights. So this has the rotating style sight, so you can change the size of the aperture for where you're shooting at. It has a post style front sight. And otherwise, you know, it still has the same style collapsible stock. This is the rifle version, 16.1 inch barrel, I believe. The lower is made out of entirely polymer, so the hand grip, the trigger, and everything is polymer, but it doesn't feel cheap. It feels pretty good. Mag release is a paddle here. It also has a button on the side, so you can use either the paddle or the button. Takedown, you just pop these 2 pins out and the lower drops out. I'm not really sure if you need to take this apart to get the bolt and things like that out to clean it. The design of it, I'm sure it'll get kind of dirty inside the chamber using 22 long rifle because it is a truly blowback design. However, I think running a bore snake down it, being able to get in here and clean it out with a toothbrush should be sufficient to get it clean. The manual doesn't really tell you to take the bolt and everything out of it to clean it, so I guess time will tell when I get this out to the range to shoot it. I have not shot it yet, so I will take you all along the first time I take it out. And again, I'm not really planning to have a large amount of accuracy out of this. This is more of a 25 or 50 yard plinking gun, kind of like the 10-22 takedown I have with the red dot on it. It's going to be more just a fun gun. It's going to be something to take out and shoot tin cans, shoot some targets, and just have fun with. But it's one of those guns that, for no other reason in buying it other than it's an iconic firearm. The MP5 is just one of those guns that all the way through the 80s and stuff, the bad guys always carried these guns, and they're just super, super cool. They have a great following, and I'm going to enjoy this. Regardless of how many people say that I suck at shooting and that my accuracy is terrible and my equipment's terrible, I don't really care. I just go out there and have fun, and I want to see what level of accuracy I can get with my guns at my range. And that's good enough for me. So, just a short edition on Cranky Gun Reviews. Thanks for watching. Make sure you support your two-way rights. God bless America. And if somebody asks you to give up a little bit of your freedom for the greater good, you remind them that freedom is the greater good. Have a great day. Pew, 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 pew.